Now, I'm sure you're aware, Magic, Kareem, some of the Laker family and faithful were not very happy that this project was being made. They weren't very happy with with what was the outcome. I thought the series was great. They didn't think so. As someone who has directed some of Winning Time, what was your reaction to their sort of negative response to it?
I'm going to start with your kind of disclaimer. I didn't write it. No.
I
I came in
mean, it's
last
true. You did not.
I came in last year and directed the last two. And then this year, of course, now I'm one of the executive producers. So I am a little bit more involved this year. But listen, I would understand if somebody was doing my life story, just like if someone was doing your life story and you didn't have any part of it, that would be disturbing. I can't imagine that anybody would be happy about it. That being said, I think that, or at least if you have them tell it, everyone who's complaining about the show hasn't actually watched the whole series. So it may be, if they would give it an opportunity, that they would see that I don't think that the writers are trying to disparage the Lakers in any way. It's obviously based on the book, and it's more in honor of them. But hey, listen, when Lakers were, when during this time period, you didn't have social media. It was a different kind of walk through the world. Different things were allowed, and those guys and that whole franchise were able to hide in a different way than it is now, right? So I just think that I think they should watch the show. I'm just going to say it. I think they should watch the show. I think that the actors portraying them are doing an amazing job. I think that Quincy, who's playing Magic, and John C. Reilly playing Jerry Buss are doing phenomenal performances, and really feel like these guys, like they have their heart and essence.
So, what has it been like for you to work with this cast? Because, as you mentioned, John C. Reilly, who I've always loved, you're working with some new comers, and Quincy,
Mm-hmm.
who's playing Magic Johnson. Like, what is it like for you as a director to have this kind of cast?
Well, it's kind of like you have both. I have like John C. Reilly, where you only have to give him like maybe some tweaks because he knows what he's doing. He's amazing. And then you have Quincy, who in the beginning, was, it is new, but you'd have to give him some guidance. But let me tell you, this season, this kid has grown. He is so amazing, and just a wonderful talent that is going to go way beyond just playing Magic Johnson. So it's like, it's tough. You have to deal with, these veteran actors, and then you have these young guys that you get a chance to craft. As a director, it's an amazing time for me because I get to use a lot of different skill sets.
There was, you've indicated before that, that the decision makers on this project, they very much wanted to, have somebody like you in there, a female director, somebody who could bring a certain sensibility to this project. But from your side of it, when you were introduced to the material, what was it about the material that made you want to be involved with this?
Well, I'm a basketball girl, played in high school, kids play, husband play. But for me, I love a challenge. So I haven't done a basketball like movie or show, and it honestly, it is like shooting a huge action film. So that is, every time I do a job, I'm trying to do something different and bigger and better, and can I conquer it? And now I also, for me, it's an amazing cast of people. That is another thing to conquer. So I think a lot of it is about loving basketball, but also going, okay, this is something new and I'm about to kick it.
Now, as a career sports journalist, whenever there's a sports movie or a series, I pay particular attention to the actual sports scenes, all right, to the basketball scenes. And I don't know who posted this, but I saw a clip of how you all shoot the basketball scenes. And it was fascinating to see that, because you played basketball, given your experience, how much did you want these scenes? Like what was the level of investment you put in it because you actually played the sport?
Well, first of all, I have to study it in a different way because this is not now basketball. This is 80s basketball. There are things that you can't do. Like a lot of times I have to go to the players. I'm like, that's a fantastic dunk, but nobody was doing that back then. I need you, these young guys, they want to hang on the rim. I'm like, nobody was high fiving. You can't hang on the rim. Dr. J didn't dunk like that. So you have to be, it's almost like when I was doing Gilded Age, I had to watch the etiquette very carefully. I also had to watch to make sure our basketball didn't get too modern. And that's hard because the new stuff can be so exciting. And also we're recreating scenes from basketball history that there is footage. So how do we give a homage to that? And we do that very well by really using those same cameras, and it looks recreating it exactly. But if we were just doing that, you might as well just watch the old footage. People were interested in what was the drama on the floor at that time. And I think that is what I try to capture as much as possible, is what is the narrative inside this thing that you only saw from the outside, and how did Larry and Magic look at each other? What were they thinking when you're down on the floor? And that's when you see the guy on the skater, like we talk a little skater cam.
Yep.
He's getting that narrative inside of the game that you cannot get just from a TV view. And I think that that's what makes our basketball special.
Yeah, because that was the clip I saw on social media. It's like
Yeah.
he was on the skater camera. I was like, I didn't even know you could do that. Like, I had no idea it was
Listen,
magical.
he is amazing, and he gets things that I've just never seen before. And this season, we have utilized him in a lot of other different scenarios because it just works so well.
Obviously, as an actor, and especially as a Black actor, you always kind of have to prove yourself. What are the different ways that you've had to prove yourself as a Black female director in this business?
I think that for me, I just have to be more prepared than anyone at all times, or at least, and maybe that's just something a burden I've taken on, but I just feel like it's important that I have to be more prepared than any director coming in there, because I don't have the opportunity to fail. But at the same time, you have to be willing to fail to be great. So
So how do you balance that?
you just have to, I think it's about being brave, sticking to my decisions. And then again, just putting in that extra work. It's very easy after doing episode after episode of TV for people to get lazy. I see people come in who are like that. I've worked with directors as an actor who after time have become complacent, and they're like, I'll figure it out when I get there. Yeah, you can do that, but I can't afford to mess up, and I wouldn't feel comfortable like that. So I think that the special sauce for me is that I'm brave, but I'm also way over prepared so that it leaves less room for failure.
Do you feel like your margin of error is different as a director than it was as an actress?
Well, yeah. I mean, there is a pressure of knowing it's all on your shoulder. Nobody is looking at the film going, oh, the editor did something weird, or it's not good because of that actor. It really comes down to, and even, the writing maybe wasn't great. Nobody sees that. They see the directing. and they see what does it look like as one whole thing. So there is a different pressure on my shoulder than if it was just me acting in one scene and everything wasn't about me.